3-2 in the Premier League by Nottingham Forest. It's the first time in over 30 years that Manchester United have lost at home to Nottingham Forest. I'm going to give you my match reaction. Apologies for the lack of videos over the last couple of days. I've had the flu. I've been really unwell. This is my first video back, and it's not particularly going to be a positive one. So, please make sure to get your comments in. Let me know your thoughts on today's game. Let me know anybody who you thought played well. If there was anybody, let me know. I'll be interested to see what you guys think. And don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. So let's just get straight on into it then, shall we? Oh, God. It's one of those moments, isn't it, where you hoped and prayed that a new manager would come in and things would change. You hoped and prayed naively that these players would suddenly start performing. You know, there seems to be this underlying feeling in the fan base, in some parts of the fan base, that the squad was underperforming under Ten Hag and that our players are better than they are. For me personally, I always thought our squad was average. And at the time of sacking Eric Ten Hag, I said, you know what? Eric Ten Hag probably has to go, okay? But I don't think Ruben Amorim's going to make much difference with this current squad. And I thought that because I look at the squad we have. You know, you look at the team that started today. And this isn't making excuses. I said this before Ruben Amorim came in. You know, if I said that I don't think he's going to make that much difference in the immediate future, because the most important thing will be whether he's allowed to build his own team, whether he's allowed to sell certain players, right? And I put out a tweet a couple of minutes ago. I said, from this current squad, who would you keep? And these are I'm not even joking here, right? Out of our whole team, the only players that I would 100% keep at this point is Lenny Yoro, because we've just signed him and he's only played about 90 minutes worth of football, so I think he deserves a chance. I would keep him. I would keep Amad Diallo because I think there's genuinely a talented player there. You can see that. He gives 150%, but he also has the talent as well. I would keep Kobe Mainoo. He's not been particularly good this season, but I think, you know, at the age of 19, he definitely still has a bright future ahead of him. So I had those three players down, and I'd keep Mazraoui because I think he's been phenomenal this season. But genuinely every other player, Onana, again, made an awful mistake today, cost us a point. We should have drawn that game, but Onana literally had a shot, kicked at him, and he let it in. Morgan Gibbs-White was just interviewed on Sky Sports, and Morgan Gibbs-White said, I'm not going to lie, I didn't think that was going to go in. Like, you know, that shouldn't have gone in the goal. He was almost laughing about it after the game when he got interviewed, Morgan Gibbs-White, saying, you know, I respect Onana, he's a good goalkeeper, but I wasn't expecting him not to save that, you know? So, although Onana's been somewhat decent this season, I mean, he has just cost us a point there. So, I mean, it's not really acceptable. I mean, you go through the rest of the team, I think Martinez has dropped massively. One of those goals, I think the first goal, he got completely bullied to the header. And you could see why people said at the beginning, people crucified Jamie Carragher for saying that Martinez was too small. I mean, in that situation earlier on today, Martinez, 5'10", was up against a 6'5" Nottingham Forest defender, and the Nottingham Forest defender beats him at ease and headers the ball into the back of the net. I think De Ligt's been okay, but again, I wouldn't, you know, I'm not that fussed about him really. I think he's okay. Ugarte, I think, was decent today, but again, I wouldn't, if someone offered us 40-50 million for him, I'd probably sell him again. Dalot, I think, is one of the most average players in world football, to be honest. I think he's one of the most overhyped players in the Manchester United fan base, and I get it, you know. Manchester United fans have been through so much misery over the last decade that they cling on to this kind of hope when they're having arguments with their friends. You know, when you're having arguments with rival fans and you'll say, oh, Dallow's really good, he's world class. I mean, Dallow's average. He's so average. He had 9 crosses this game and not a single one of them went to a player. That's a confirmed stat. 9 crosses, not one of them reached their player as a left wing back. I mean, what's even the point? Bruno Fernandes, wasteful as always. He was mostly responsible for that. I think it was their second goal, was it? Where he tried to pass the ball to Lenny Yoro and then they went on the break and scored. Garnacho, I think there is a player there, but I just think he's too selfish. I don't think he has the kind of team element that we need in a Manchester United squad. Højlund, I like Højlund, but again, if someone offered us money for him, I probably would sell him. I'm not talking small amounts. You know, if someone offered us 60, 70 million for him, then, you know, the point I'm making here, right, is to me, pretty much none of these players are unsellable at the moment. And I think The thing I've realised over the last couple of games is Ruben Amorim is clearly a very good manager, okay? And you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? We've just lost. But hear me out here. Ruben Amorim is clearly a talented manager. He's proven that at Sporting Lisbon. He's taken a team that I don't think had won this Portuguese league for 17 years, and he won it, I think, 3 out of the last 4 seasons. So there's no debate about whether Ruben Amorim is a good manager. He is a good manager. And all we're finding here is that it's the players to blame. Okay, and people will say, oh, they haven't had training sessions. I'll give them a break. Most of these players have been here for years. You know, you look through that team. Martinez has been here for years. Mainu's come through the academy. Dalot's been here for 6 or 7 years. Bruno's been here for 5 or 6 years. Ahmad's been here for years. Garnacho's been here for years. You know, a lot of the team that played today have been here for 5 or 6 years. They don't need time, right? They should be at the Manchester United level, otherwise they shouldn't be here. It's as simple as that, in my opinion, right? And you might think that I'm being over dramatic, but the point I want to really, really emphasize on here is this anger and this frustration is not directed towards Ruben Amorim at all. I feel sorry for him. I feel absolutely sorry for him because he's come to Manchester United. He thought that he could get a tune out of these players, and he's just quickly realised that, you know, so many great managers have come to this club. Mourinho, Van Gaal, obviously, Erik ten Hag was one of the best managers in Europe before he came to Manchester United. Man City supposedly wanted him. Liverpool wanted him. All sorts of top teams were looking at Erik ten Hag. He came to Manchester United and we failed, you know? And, you know, there was this perception in the fan base from a lot of people that the players were underperforming. We had this really good squad. We should be challenging. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. And all we needed to do was to bring in a new manager. And, you know, before you know it, Dalot would be world class. Garnacho's world class. Bruno's world class. And it's just simply not true. And I think it's going to be a very, very long road. And, you know, I think for me personally, if Ruben Amorim gets the ability to rip up this squad, right? To rip up this squad and bring in his own players, I think he'll be a success at Manchester United. But if he gets told that he has to make the best out of this team, I can't see him succeeding. I can't see anybody succeeding with these players, to be honest. And that's just the reality of it. But you can let me know what you guys think about that one. I'm not going to be on the video for too long because, as I said, I'm not very well at the moment. But I thought I would come live just to give you my thoughts on this game. But I mean, overall, it was an absolute disgrace. As I said, 30 years was the last time we lost to Nottingham Forest. I mean, that just says it all for me. To not have lost to a team in 30 years and then you lose at home. Oh, it's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. You know, I'm sick to death of it. But I'm going to leave it there. My head's really, I'm not feeling amazing. I'm still quite unwell. And yeah, I probably should go and try and relax a bit, shouldn't I? Because this is just stressing me out. So thank you for watching. I do apologise if it's not the longest video ever. I will try and get back to daily videos as quickly as possible. But as I said, I've not been particularly well this week. As you can see, I probably don't look particularly great. I probably look a bit rough, but thank you for watching anyway. I'm okay. I'll be fine. I'm just kind of getting over my illness now, but I will be back very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Let's try and hope that we beat Victoria Pleasant on Thursday, and then we've got the Manchester derby away from home to look forward to. So, yeah, enjoy your evenings, everyone. Try and switch off. Enjoy your Saturday nights, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.